Anyways, men are too lazy to commit to modern women. Cancer culture. That's a new one. I thought it was cancel culture, but now we have cancer culture. It's a Gundam. Hey, yo! What does Gundam have to say? We had yesterday video, now we have another one. Let's go.
It's a Gundam. He's just a piece of crap.
I saw this tweet on Twitter that I found interesting from some conservative chick.
I saw a tweet on Twitter that was incredibly interesting. Childless men at 30 should pay more taxes. Let that sink in. And I was like, wait a fucking minute. Wait a fucking minute. Hold up. What about childless women at 30? It's not the men not wanting to settle down. It's also the women not wanting to settle down. What are you talking?
At 16, boys used to want to be men. They lied about their age and stormed the beaches in Normandy.
And then they were cut in half by the MG42, arguably the machine gun that changed the world.
Now men in their 30s can't even commit to a woman who loves them.
As a man who's had a lot of
Gundam's VTuber model is incredibly uncanny. I don't know.
experience with this, let me tell you, every woman I ever loved enough to want to put a ring on it left me for a dude that was at least 6 feet tall or more, a recovering alcoholic or drug addict or both. So, you know.
I hate me for this, but I unfortunately think it's true. In dating, I think it's very appropriate and necessary for women to have a roster. Or accurately, I think it's important for women to rotationally date, meaning they're going on.
Can we just admit that single women keep women single? Can we just admit that? Taking the shower now. Take care, Zoom. Can we just admit that? Single women keep women single. Single women single.
Dates with several men at a time. Whereas for
men, I believe it's...
If I find out... See, I'm the type of guy that when I was dating, only one woman at a time. I would literally talk to woman, delete the dating app once we move to another platform, that only focus on that woman. If I find out you are texting other dudes, it is Jover. Goodbye.
Really important to focus on one girl.
It's a joke. It's all a joke.
What are you doing? Subscribe right now. Join the Gundo army.
Obey my dog!
Boys once fought to become men. Today, men fight to stay boys.
Well, when you have a society that infantilizes women, wow.
Very much. That is very true. That is very true. Infantilizing women is very true. I mean, hey, if you're short as a woman, child. If you're flat, child. If you are, if you have curves, gooner bait. Women cannot win either. Women cannot win either. In certain degrees. It's really interesting. Well, like, women, like, always protecting women. Women cannot do anything on their own accord. Follow the hive. If you go outside of the hive, you are being groomed. And stuff like that, if you don't follow the hive.
Wow, you know, constantly emasculating men.
The astrogators gave us shit! Get a hold of yourself.
In this day and age, it's hard to get a stable job. You're competing with AI, not
true. You're competing, dude. There's people who have AI managers. There's people who work hierarchy-wise under AI managers. What the fuck? That's a thing, by the way. There's people who actually have an AI manager.
To mention the housing crisis that's so ridiculously expensive. Like, on what planet does any guy look at anything going on now and go, oh yeah, I could have a nice house and a family? There's so many variables that are just so insurmountable. It's like, what, the trials of Hercules? It was the 10 labors of Hercules. Navigate thottery.
Navigate thottery. Oh no, give me money. The woman that sat, it's just a small amount of money. You just give me a little bit of money.
Navigate the failing economy. Society, random wars, tax.
What's wrong with men? A writer looks at Michael Douglas' character for clues. In What is Wrong with Men, critic Jessa Crispin explores the rise of misogyny in today's culture through an unusual lens. You, my dear, are retarded.
Housing crisis, identity crisis. I could go on forever.
I also forgot to mention the weird trend of where it's like most chicks in their 30s today, if they're remotely attractive and thin and single, they're usually on the spicy sites, so that's in the mix.
As of 2025, there are approximately 2.9 to 3.5 million women who are content creators. They are online prostitutes. On OnlyFans, this number is based on estimates that women make up approximately 70 to 84% of the platform's total 4.19 million active creators. Yeah, and fun fact, between the ages of 18 and 35, it's 10%. 10% of women in that age bracket have at least an account. Whether they are content creators, I do not know. But they do have an account. That is, you are more likely to encounter an OF chick than a teacher. Nope.
Too. And whenever you talk to these girls, they act as if they're like business owners and entrepreneurs. She's selling butthole pictures, but in her mind, she's Warren Buffett. I'd have mercy on my miserable soul.
Stop him!
Men in the 1930s and 40s were not competing with women that cared more about online social media and clout and appealing.
See, we also live at a time, right? Not only are we competing for our own partners, right? At this point, we also compete. So, back in a while ago, like 30 years, let's say 30 years, mostly 30 years. Let's say 30 years. Little me would have competed with other little me's around myself for the women. Now, little me has to fight off every little me on the planet, essentially, due to online dating. How do you compete? That's the question.
To as many people as possible on a brain rot app called TikTok or Twitch than they do about anything else in their lives. Case in point.
I'm kind of stressed. I'm really stressed because Halloween is the day before the subathon. So I obviously want to go trick-or-treating with Valentina. So I want to go to Colorado, but it's the day before the subathon. So I would need to prepare.
You got the fire alarm that's got a low battery chirping in the background. And this chick is literally having a conundrum whether to spend Halloween for her daughter and trick-or-treat, but she's also worried about the subathon from Twitch, I guess. I don't know what the hell this is. Isn't it all muck? Does it matter?
So it's so annoying. And I can't go home right now because it's Mary's birthday on Wednesday. I would have already been home, but it's Mary's birthday on Wednesday. She's having a birthday party, which I will be streaming. But it's just a lot, guys. It's so much. It's like stressing me out.
Your daughter, your child comes before any subathon. You can reschedule a subathon. You can reschedule a subathon anytime during the year. Trick or treat is once a year. You are a mother before you are a content creator. Motherfucker! What is wrong? How is that even the question?
But I'm thinking I'm just gonna fly to trick or treat with her on Thursday morning. Trick or treat, come back.
Even her own chat, I'm seeing a lot of people like, just go. Yeah, you gotta, can you believe this? This chick wants to fly to her daughter, the one in another state, to trick or treat, then fly back in time for subathon on Twitch. This is insanity. So when we say that men don't want to commit, what is there to commit to in instances like this?
The marriage effect, a common narrative that has it that commitment and motherhood make women unhappy. New data suggests opposite is true. Huh? Who cares? Interesting.
As a man, we're naturally inclined to commit to things. We don't want to change our damn wallet. We don't want to change the guy who cuts our hair. We don't
change underwear with holes in it. We have to admit, every single one of us has underwear that looks like your butt has burnt through it, and you're still keeping it. It can still be worn, so it's fine.
change our friends. Women go through friends like they change clothes. Oh my God. I don't know how many times I've been around a chick and she's just like, this is my best friend, Carolina. And I'm like, what happened to Jessie? Jessie thought she was cute. Jessie did this and this. I'm like, how many best friends have you had in your life, bitch? I can only say I've had 2 best friends at most, not counting my dog.
By November 1st, the morning. I don't know, guys. This is
We absolutely should count dogs as best friends. 100%. They are.
so stressful. Fly her out? Should I trick or treat here? But then the only thing about that is like I'm gonna be so focused on her being here, and then I'm gonna be focused on this, and it's my brain. I'm just a girl.
Girl power! It makes more sense if you had a kid, or 2 of them, to fly the other kid out so you could trick or treat with both your kids. So I think the person whose birthday she's worried about streaming is some other Twitch dot. Like, Jesus H. Christ. And she's like, oh my girl, this is so stressful. Oh, this is the height of her stress, my dudes. Whether she can live stream to Google for November Subfest in time if she takes her kid trick or treat.
What is this? Like, what is this? Cancer culture might actually be pretty accurate, because how are you debating going like taking care of your daughter? Oh my God.
Treating. This is your child, for Christ's sakes. This could be one of the core memories for your daughter that will be important in her life that she'll look back on fondly. For the love of God, don't waste it on Twitch where it's like,
well, my mom couldn't come out to come trick-or-treating with me because she had to do subathon November in another state. Oh, well, you know.
Like, imagine you grow up. Imagine you grow up and you can tell people that your mom didn't do anything with you because she would rather stream on Twitch. What the fuck? Imagine, like, this girl goes to school and, like, how was you, and, like, she has to talk about how, like, she spent Halloween, and she has to say, well, I didn't do anything because my mom would have rather streamed on Twitch. Wow.
That's why I'm now dancing at shenanigans.
I'm just a girl, guys. My brain isn't supposed to be working this hard.
This is the biggest conundrum of her day, her week.
She's very self-aware, boys. She's very self-aware.
Her life. And that is just one of many tales. The point is, in the modern age, the modern woman is a little bit more of a pain in the ass than the women of yesteryear. When you factor in the obsession with social media and how easily they can be influenced by trends saying that a man isn't good enough, you need a man to do better, or the fact that they want to be content creators, and that word has such a...
What was it? What was that the article saying? Apparently, we are now living in a chop man epidemic. Men are not taking it well. Why is everything taken so personally nowadays? If you are saying me that we live in an ugly man epidemic, because that's what chopped means. By the way, this is coming from the side that has to use makeup to not look chopped.
Content creators, and that word has such a broad term now after the spicy sites.
If a woman says she's a content creator, she has an OnlyFans. Run. She has an OnlyFans. Like, if nobody says content creator unless they are gooner bait.
What does it leave the average man? On top of that, let's face it, marriage rates are just in the toilets. You have over a 50% chance of your marriage ending, and all divorces, not all, but 84 or 5% of divorces are initiated by women. Once again, what's there to commit to?
That's like really interesting. Let's look at that graph again. That looks very interesting. So this is about the 2000s, right? And then we have a dip around 2004. We have another slightly stronger dip on like 2010, and then we have a ginormous dip in marriage rate in like the 2020s, and then like divorce rate was gradually normal, and then somewhere around something in 2018, between like 2018 and 2019 happened, and then the divorce rate That's a bit interesting. That's very interesting. Very interesting. Huh. It's the vaccine, boys. It's the, wait, yeah, it is the vaccine. Boys, it's the vaccine. It's the vaccine that caused this. I was thinking of chopped as in no balls, but I was wrong. Chopped means you are ugly, essentially.
4 or 5% of divorces are initiated by women. Once again, what's there to commit to? Leave you, take your house, and make it hard for you to see your kids. Men can commit, but the options they have to commit to aren't very promising or fair. Oh well, I guess men just need to suck it up, huh?
As usual, Google says the H after Jesus is a mistake. That is really weird, because I've seen it on some tweets as well. I was like, where is that coming from? But now I know it's there. That is such an oddity. Anyways, yes. Most modern women are a pain in the ass. That is just the truth. Unfortunately. I feel like there was this clip of this old black lady who said, it's not the men anymore, it's the women. The women have gone bad. And that old lady was spitting. That old lady said the absolute truth. She is right, 100%. Women have caught up, essentially. And there are no benefits to it. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe.